Wapendwa katika Bwana, wana Makandara, mahali mliko, na msalimu katika jina la Yesu Kristo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Niko mzima, Yesu ameendelea kunilinda na naendelea kumtumainia. Siku ya leo tarehe 29 ni siku nyingine ambayo Mwenyezi Mungu ametupea ndio tuwe pamoja, ndio tusome neno lake, the midweek sermon. Na neno letu la siku ya leo litatoka katika kitabu cha Kutoka, Exodus chapter 33 verses 1 to verses 6. Na nitasoma na Kiingereza. The Lord said to Moses, "Now that you have brought these people out of Egypt, lead them to the land I solemnly promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I told them long ago that I would give this land to their descendants, and I will send an angel before you to deliver out the Canaanites, Amorites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. There is a land flowing with milk and honey. But I will not travel along with you, for you are a stubborn and unruly people. If I did, I would be tempted to destroy you along the way." Verse 4. When the people heard these stern words, they went into mourning and refused to wear their jewelry and ornaments. For the Lord had told Moses to tell them, "You are unruly, stubborn people. If I were there among you for even a moment, I would destroy you. Remove your jewelry and ornaments until I decide what to do with you." So, from the time they left Mount Sinai, the Israelites wore no more jewelry. Verse 7. It was Moses' custom to set up the tent known as the tent of meeting far outside the camp. Everyone who wanted to consult with the Lord would go there. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Brothers and sisters, lile somo ambalo tumesoma kutoka kitabu cha Kutoka, Exodus, ni neno ambalo liko na mambo mengi ya kujifundisha siku ya leo kama washiriki wa Makandara. When you look at the book of Exodus, the main character here is Moses. And Moses was called by God for a purpose. Kwa sababu Mungu anaita watu wake akiwa na sababu. So, when we analyze the character of Moses, we see that Moses received the Egyptian education. Huyu ni mtu ambaye alipata elimu ya juu sana kule nchi ya Misri, mahali ambako alikaa kama mtoto mdogo na akawa mtu mzima. So Moses, we see, is one of the greatest Jewish leaders who was used by God to do many great things. And Moses himself is the person who set the Exodus in motion. Basically, what I mean is that the Exodus begins with Moses. And Moses, as a person, he was a prophet and lawgiver. Huyu alikuwa kuhani wa Mungu. Alikuwa mtumishi wa Mungu, na ni yeye Mungu alitumia kupea wana wa Israeli zile amri 10. So he is the one who recorded the 10 commandments, he himself. And finally, Moses, we see he is the author Yeye ndiye mwandishi, the author of the Pentateuch. The first 5 books of the Old Testament, they are attributed to Moses. Though the book of Deuteronomy, the last chapter, is not written by Moses because it reckons the death of Moses. So he could not have written about his death. But this great man of God, he had his own weaknesses. Alikuwa na udhaifu wake kama mwanadamu. When you look at Moses, we see that one of his weaknesses is that he failed to enter the promised land because of disobedience. Mambo yale Mungu alimwambia atende, hakutenda, alitenda kinyume na mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu. So he did not enter the promised land. Though he was being used by God to deliver people to the promised land, he himself, he never entered the promised land. Number 2, when you look at Moses, we see that he had one weakness. That he did not always, the word is always. So at the times, not all the time, he did not always recognize and use the talents of others. There are times that he did not recognize the talents of others and use them. Sometimes he did not recognize them. But when you look at this character Moses, there are a few lessons before I go to the scripture that we have read that we can learn. Mambo matatu ambayo ningependa tujue kama wana Makandara kutokana na huyu mtu ambaye anaitwa Musa, ambaye alitumiwa na Mwenyezi Mungu kutenda mambo makuu. Jambo la kwanza, the first lesson we learn from Moses is that personal greatness does not make a person immune to error or its consequences. Moses was a great man, but then, though he was great, he was not immune to error. Kwa hivyo alikuwa nakosea kama binadamu mwingine. Kwa hivyo wapendwa, this is a lesson that we should learn. That though one might be great, might achieve many things, that does not mean that he or she is immune to error. Error is to human being. Number 2, what we learn from this character Moses is that God, Mungu mwenyewe, God prepares and uses. Mungu huwa anatayarisha alafu anatumia. Kwa sababu ni Mungu yeye mwenyewe alitayarisha Musa. He prepared Moses. He grew up Moses. He protected Moses for a purpose because he wanted to use Moses. So God prepares and finally he uses what he has prepared. Then number 3 is that God does his great work. Mungu huwa anafanya mambo yake makuu kupitia watu ambao ni wadhaifu. God does his great work through frail or weak people. Moses, he was weak, but then God used him the way he was because he's the one who had prepared him. So, brothers and sisters, wana Makandara now, the text that we have read from Exodus chapter 33, from verse 1 to 6, I want to talk about walking with God. The theme is walking with God. Kutembea na Mungu. Now, when you look at this name Exodus, it comes from the Hebrew word which means going out, ama kutoka, kuma. It comes from the Hebrew word which means going out, ama kutoka, ama Kikuyu, kuma. So Exodus, the book of Exodus, gives us the account of how God delivered Israelites from the land of bondage, Egypt. This is the book that gives us the detailed account from the time when Israelites entered Egypt and became slaves there. It gives us the account of how God himself delivered these people from the land of bondage. Therefore, what we see is that this God that we are talking about, who delivered these people from the land of bondage, brothers and sisters, we conclude that he is an able God. Ni Mungu ambaye ako na uwezo. Kwa sababu hakuna mtu angeweza kutoa hao wana wa Israeli kutoka nchi ya Misri. He is an able God. Number 2, this God that we are talking about, this God that we are serving, he is an undefeated God. Ni Mungu ambaye hawezi akashindwa. Therefore, he is all powerful. So Exodus now teaches us 3 things. Hiki kitabu cha Exodus kinatufundisha mambo matatu muhimu sana na ningependa tuyajue. Number 1, it teaches us that God is one. Mungu ni mmoja. Hata ingawa kuna watu wengine wanasema wako na miungu yao, the true Mungu ni mmoja. They are way. Mungu ni mmoja. We have only one God. Number 2, it teaches us that this God Yahweh now, he is the only true God. Yeye ndiye Mungu ambaye ni Mungu wa haki. Jambo la tatu na la muhimu sana is that this God now, who is one, who is the true God, he is the ruler. Yeye ndiye huwa anatawala. He is the ruler of all things that he himself he created. Because there is nothing which was created by anybody else other than this God. So, brothers and sisters, this God now, who is one, who is true, who rules over all things that he created, when he decides, akipanga, huyu Mungu sasa now, when he decides to do something, nobody can prevent him from achieving his mission. God, our God, brothers and sisters, the God that we start, he is an unstoppable God. Akipanga, amepanga. So we see this God now, he told Moses, leave this place. That's what verse 1 says. Leave this place. Therefore, brothers and sisters, what we see is that Moses is living under God's instructions. Ni Mungu yeye mwenyewe alimwambia ondoka mahali hapa, upeleke wana wa Israeli waende wakarithi nchi ambayo niliambia maguka wao nitawapea. So Moses is living under God's instructions. Brothers and sisters, I want to say this. We as the parents, those who are parents, they have children. When the children are in school, they are under the instructions of the teachers. Those who are parents, those who have children, when their children are in school, they are under the instructions of the teachers. Day-to-day learning, they are instructed by the teachers. But now that the children are not in school, they are at home, my dear friends, the children are under the instructions of the parents. Because the teachers are not there. Therefore, my point is, as parents, execute your responsibilities well. Kila mzazi asimame na atende kulingana na majukumu ambayo amepewa na Mwenyezi Mungu juu ya watoto ambao wamepewa. Sasa nao watoto sasa, the children now, they have to, and it's a must, to adhere to the instructions of their parents when they are at home. Watoto ni lazima wasikize na wafuate mawaidha ambayo wanapewa na wazazi wao kwa wakati huu ambao wako manyumbani. Now, brothers and sisters, having said that, When we look at verse 2, it says, I will send an angel ahead. Verse 2 says, and I will send an angel before you to drive out the Canaanites, Ammonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. So, brothers and sisters, what God is saying is that this journey now of the Israelites from the land of bondage to the promised land is not a smooth journey. It will have some problems. It will be risky. But God is promising His protection. God is promising His protection. So we are not walking on this journey alone. There will be some obstacles on the way. But God is promising that He will send His angel who will walk with us. Therefore, the topic is walking with God. We are not walking alone, but we are walking with God. Verse 3b says, but I will not go with you. Mungu yeye mwenyewe ndiye anasema maneno haya. Na mimi kama Mungu wenu, Mungu ambaye anatupenda sana, anapenda Waisraeli sana, anasema mimi sitatembea kamwe nanyi. The question is, why? Ni kwa nini Mungu anasema mambo haya? God is telling us plainly, it's because the people of Israel were stubborn people. Ni watu ambao walikuwa wakaidi sana. Brothers and sisters, wherever you are, get this one right. God does not walk with the disobedient people. Mungu atembei na watu ambao hawamtii. Therefore, God does not force himself on the people. Mungu ajisukumii kwa watu. He gives us liberty to choose what to do. Therefore, brothers and sisters, without God, we cannot reach our destination. Therefore, this journey of faith, we must strive, we must struggle to walk with God, because with God, we are sure of reaching our destination. Brothers and sisters, when people heard these words, wakati Musa aliwaambia maneno haya, ya kwamba Mungu anasema atatembea pamoja na wao, kwa sababu akitembea pamoja na wao atawamaliza, kwa sababu ni watu wako na mioyo migumu. When people heard these words, they cried bitterly. They cried. They felt sorry. Walilia, wakalia. Wakasikia shwari wametenda mambo ambayo si ya kupendeza Mwenyezi Mungu. They felt very sorry. But what is important is they promised to change. They promised to change. Brothers and sisters, when they cried and promised to change, this is what God told them. God promised that He would walk with them. He Himself, He will not send somebody to walk with them. Wana wa Israeli waliposikiza maneno ya Musa, wakasikia Mungu amesema atatembea pamoja na wao. Wapendwa, hao watu walilia. They cried, they felt very sorry, and finally they promised that they were to change. Brothers and sisters, so when they promised to change, now God Himself now promised to walk with them. Brothers and sisters, when God walks with us, wakati Mungu anatembea pamoja nasi, we get 4 things. Mungu akikubali kutembea nasi, huwa tunapata mambo 4 ya muhimu sana. Number 1, God promises victory. Tukitembea pamoja na Mungu wetu, hakika tutashinda. Hata wakati huu tuko katika janga la corona, With our God, we are sure of victory. Kwa hivyo wapendwa katika Bwana, mimi nataka kumuhimiza ya kwamba tuendelee kuomba, tuendelee kutenda kulingana na mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu, ndio Mungu aweza akatembea nasi, ndio tuwe watu wa kushinda. Therefore, victory is assured. Number 2, when God walks with us, tukitembea na Mungu wetu katika hii safari ya imani, brothers and sisters, finally what we will get is joy. Gikenokiria ngoma atotunyete. With our God, God is going to restore back our joy. Number 3, when God decides to walk with us on this journey of faith, tukitembea na Mungu wetu akiwa pamoja na sisi bega kwa bega, what we get is that we will have peace. Nitugakorwo na thayo muingi muno. Without God's presence in our journey, brothers and sisters, we cannot have peace. Now, finally, when we walk with God, it is very important. When we walk with God, brothers and sisters, we are assured of arriving at our destination. And our destination is heaven. Therefore, brothers and sisters, it's just a matter of striving. It is not easy. It is not easy, but we must strive to walk with God. Now, in conclusion, this is what I want to say. As we walk this journey, we can't go astray. Hatuwezi tukapotea. Tunapotembea safari hii, as we walk in this journey, we can't get astray. Why? Because God has put his signboards. Unajua katika barabara zote kuna masignboard ambayo yanaandikwa na yanawekwa pale ili yeyote ambaye anatembea anaona njia ambayo anatembea inaenda wapi. So as we walk this journey now, I'm saying we cannot get astray because God has put a signboard on the way. Brothers and sisters, the signboard of God that God has given us, it is Jesus Christ. Therefore, with Christ, we cannot make any mess. Number 2, verse 5 is very important. Verse 5b says, I read, Moses told these people, remove your jewelry and ornaments until I decide what to do with you. Remove. Wakambua lazima watoe. I want to say this. Remove has been used severally in the book of Exodus and Joshua. Because Exodus chapter 3 verse 5, Moses was told, remove your shoes. Because where you are standing is holy. Joshua chapter 5 verse 15, Joshua was told, remove. Remove your shoes. Now Exodus 33 verse 5b, Moses is telling the Israelites, remove your jewelries. Nengwe aura, merigo yothe merito, negetha ote gukinya Jerusalemu. Nengwe aura, merigo yothe merito. Brothers and sisters, no nginya twe haure, we must remove. Because this journey rugendo ruru tutingethie tukuanetie merigo. Mirigo ya meia. No nginya twe haure meia. Endoko thino mwathani. Because God cannot walk with us when we are in the state of sin. Therefore, we are assured that we will arrive at our destination if at all we remove and walk with our God. Feel encouraged. Brothers and sisters, feel encouraged that God is walking with us. And therefore, with God walking with us, we are sure of arriving at our destination. Na tuombe. Mwenyezi Mungu, katika jina la Yesu Kristo, pokea sifa na shukrani. Neno lako ni kubwa kama vile wewe umkubwa. Umetuambia kwamba Mwenyezi Mungu utatembea pamoja nasi, lakini kuko na umetuwekea masharti ya kwamba lazima tutoe. Ngai maundu maria tukuanite miriwera tuekwirite Ngai ya maundu magukuthi, na kuomba Mwenyezi Mungu tusaidie kuweka chini ndio tuweze tukatembea safari hii ya imani. Wapendwa wa Makandaro wakiwa manyumbani wakisikiza neno hili, endelea kuwasaidia Baba kufuata maagizo yako ndio waweze wakafika mahali ambako wanatarajia kufika, mji wa mbinguni. Watoto wetu mahali waliko, Mwenyezi Mungu, wakati huu kwa manyumbani, as they continue revising, God help them to be patient and wait, because you have good plans for them. Tusikie Mwenyezi Mungu, na ni katika jina la Yesu Kristo tumeomba na kuamini. Amen. 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 God bless you. God be with you. We meet on Sunday. Thank you.